Hi students. In today's session, we are going to discuss about what is virtual environment, then DJANGO installation, creating the project, creating application in the project. Application means website, web application, and how to run the website, like what is the IP address, what is the port number, like all these we are going to discuss in today's session. So in previous classes, like 1-2 demos are over. In previous demos, what we have discussed is I have told about what is DJANGO, then what are the features, and after that we have discussed about what is design pattern, what is MEC design pattern, what is MET design pattern, like what is model view template. All these we have discussed. Okay, so for new students, I will recap a few things, and then we'll move to the next options. So like in this DJANGO classes will be for 2 months. So within 2 months we are going to discuss about all these, like DJANGO features, then design patterns, Mvt architecture, what is model view template, then what is entire architecture, then we'll discuss about what is the latest approach in software development, then what is virtual environment, then DJANGO installation, then installing Sublime text. Like many IDs are there, integrated development environments, like PyCharm is there, Atom, then Komodo, and then Jupyter, Eclipse, NetBeans, many are there. So for Django, I'm using Sublime Text ID I'm using. And here you will learn about creating multiple applications in the project. Then creating multiple applications means websites. And working with application level URLs. And here we'll work with the templates here. So templates means HTML files. So while working with HTML files, we'll use all the UI technologies like HTML, JavaScript, CSS, jQuery, Bootstrap, then DOM. All these we are going to use. Okay. So here we are going to focus on designing the web pages and the coding. DJANGO is for coding because it is a backend or server side framework. It is used for coding only. But here we'll focus on designing and coding we'll do. And in HTML files, we are going to use the template tags, template tag code that is called Jinja 2 is there. Students, can you hear me? Is it audible?
Yes, sir, it is audible.
Okay. So here the template tags or template tag code is used to work with the dynamic data. So to display data from the server and to access the data from to get the data from the server, sending data and accessing the data from database tables, sending data to database tables. So to work with dynamic data, then template tags, the template tag code is used. So like here, when we are working with the dynamic pages, so DJANGO is for dynamic pages only. So while creating dynamic pages, we have to use a template tags or template tag code we have to use. So in my classes, we'll focus on creating static pages and dynamic pages. So HTML files or HTML pages are called static pages. Okay. And in HTML files, when we are using, along with UI technologies, when we are using template tags, template tag code, then that page is treated as a dynamic page. Okay. So if HTML file is having all UI technologies, it is static page. Along with all the UI technologies, if it is having HTML tags, sorry, template tags, template tag coding, then it is dynamic page because it is used to show the data from the server. And after that, we are going to discuss about models, then DJANGO forms and model forms and advanced template features, advanced model features, then security, session management, and then we'll discuss about we'll discuss about function-based views, class-based views, middleware services, object relational mapping, Django REST API. So we'll see 3-4 examples using Django REST API. So we'll see how to perform all the operations using REST API, a representational state transfer application program interface. And here we'll work with the different database connections here. So we'll see how to work with SQLite, MySQL, SQL Server, Oracle database, all these. And after that, we'll discuss about web hosting. So whatever website we create, whatever website we develop, so we'll see how to publish or how to host in internet server, in production server. So every technology, every backend framework or backend technology will have a procedure. Okay, so that the procedure we need to follow with that procedure we are going to follow. So here I'll tell how to host in internet. Okay, how to publish website and internet. Then all these we are going to discuss. And that website we can access with domain name from any location, and it will be there in internet for 3 months. That we are going to discuss. Okay, and after that here we can we'll discuss about project also. So course will take 2 months to complete all these chapters. After that, project also is there. So project will be for one week or 10 days. So whatever concepts you learn, so we'll put all these together. We'll implement all the concepts. So whatever is necessary for commercial websites, then we are going to commercial websites, like we are going to implement all those, like whatever we discuss, what all we discuss in the classes, we'll implement there. Okay, like using this. Ganesh, please give me time. I will give explanation. Please wait for 2 minutes. So here, while working with project here, so with that you'll understand in real time how the projects are being developed, like how the hosting is done. All these we'll discuss. So here to learn Django, so prerequisite is student should know Python. So if a student knows at least core Python, then student can follow the classes, because a Django framework, it is used for developing websites, dynamic web pages or dynamic sites. Okay, and this Django is completely developed in Python. So it has Python files, Python modules are there. Okay, so prerequisite is student should know Python, core Python, and if a student knows advanced Python, it is very good, because a student will be knowing about object-oriented programming, what is a class, what is an object, all these things. And a student should know a little bit of HTML also, only just basic knowledge. So here we'll focus on like designing and coding. So here we'll focus on designing the web pages and writing the code. So while designing the web pages, we have to use HTML, JavaScript, CSS, jQuery, Bootstrap, document object model. All these we are going to use. And we'll see many examples also. We'll see many examples, not just doing coding. So Django will do coding, sending data to server, accessing the data from server, sending data to tables, accessing the data from database tables. All these will do with like DJANGO coding only. Okay, so here in my classes, students will learn about how to use HTML, then JavaScript, CSS, jQuery, Bootstrap, DOM, all these. Okay, and those who are not good in UI technologies. So those who are not perfect in UI technologies, in my classes I'll tell why we are using all those, like what is the need of using in Django, what is the use of CSS, what is the use of Bootstrap, like with examples, with uh, real-time examples, with good examples, we are going to discuss all this. And those who will join for DJANGO, this particular course, so I will give UI classes videos. I will send UI classes to your mail ID. Like nearly 35 videos are there, like which contains about the HTML, JavaScript, Bootstrap, then jQuery, DOM, then all these like 35 videos are there, and notes is also there with examples. So if you want to learn and if you want to be perfect in UI technologies, so my videos and my notes will be very useful for you, so that you can be perfect in all this. Okay, and like after joining, after 1 2 days in this batch, some students are already registered. So I will send you the videos and the notes. I will definitely I'll send. Okay, and like every day I will be sending you the recorded session, DJANGO recorded session, and I will send you the day-wise notes also. So here you can see on my here desktop here on the screen you can see here, like here all these notes is there. So you can see day-wise notes, theory and examples are there here. So here I'll show you one example. So here my notes will be like this here. So it will show us what files to create, where to write the code. So here for every chapter, first theory will be there. Then after that, you can see the examples like this. Here I'm showing you another example. So here it will show us what files to create. And then here you can see the content here. So every day I will send you the recorded session and also the day-wise notes, DJANGO. UI classes, videos and notes I'll send separately. In the beginning itself I'll send after 1 2 classes, so that you can watch the videos and you can practice, you can update yourself. Okay, and DJANGO REST API also we'll discuss. We'll see 3 4 examples, then we'll see how it is going to work, then how it works with other websites, with other devices, with Android, with iOS, how it will work. All these we are going to discuss. Okay, and here within 2 months, what all examples are there? Like all will be the real-time examples, and this will be like project-oriented training. Like what all we are going to use in websites, we are going to discuss. Okay, so project-oriented training means after completing the course and after completing the project, students can easily do the projects, because here we'll discuss about designing and coding. Lot of coding will be there. So we are going to implement all the concepts. So you can learn, but the one thing that is you need to do practice. And from installation, while explaining every examples, here I'm going to give technical support. So if while installation, if anything is not working, and if you have while practicing, if anything is not coming, if output is not coming, if the code is not working, so you can talk to me in the class, so you can interact. And like while practicing, if you have any doubt, you can send me the mail. I will see the mail and I will give you the response. So technical support will be there. Okay, and those are missed 1 2 classes here, like previous 1 2 demos, those are missed. So you can talk to online team, they will send you the link. Okay, And otherwise, in YouTube, the demos will be there. Like whatever I've told, you can see in YouTube. Or else, if you join for this course, from the beginning, whatever I've told, I will send the videos. Like 2-3 classes videos, I will send along with the today's notes. I will send to your mail ID. You can see. Okay. And in previous class, I've told about design pattern. So we'll discuss that about very little. Then we'll move to the next options. So while working with design patterns here, so DJANGO framework works with Mvt design pattern. Okay. So the advantage of design patterns is so design pattern works like a blueprint. It works like a final print. So it is used to tell how to do the project, how to start and how to end the project. It will show us the steps and it will show the flow, like how to do the project successfully without any pause or without any delay. Okay. So when we are following our own pattern, our own style while doing the project, if any problem occurs, we are responsible to solve the problem. Okay. So project may pause number of times. Okay. But when we are following the design patterns which are very popular, like MVC, MVT is there, no? Okay. So MVC, MVT are popular. They are very popular and they are successfully used in IT companies for website development. MVC, MVT. So MVC is used in Java, .NET, PHP, in Ruby on Rails it is used. Okay. And while working with this Mvt architecture, it is we are using here. So in DJANGO framework is developed using Mvt design pattern. Okay, that patterns we need to implement. So design pattern means it is used to tell what problems are going to arise and how to resolve the problem. It will tell what problem is going to come, how to handle that. Design patterns. Design patterns works as a blueprint, final print. Or when we work with it, when we are doing projects with design patterns, so we are going to start the project with perfect planning. So with Pakka planning, we are going to start the project. Then within the given schedule, we can finish the project. So design patterns are very useful while working with major projects. If the project is for 6 months or 1 year or 2 years, and if many people are involved in the project, different development teams, then there we can, with design patterns, so work is separated, coding is separated here. So when work is separated, when coding is separated into folders, subfolders, files, in files we'll give coding. So in that case, project development is easy and maintenance is also easy. Okay. So here in Mvt architecture, we can see 3 layers are there. Template, view, model is there. Okay. So while working with template, HTML file is called as template here. HTML file or HTML page. So here when we say template, here it is like it works as a presentation layer or it works as a user interface. HTML file. Okay. And here view is there. View works as a business access layer or it will works as service layer. So business access layer or service layer is used to store or used to maintain the values given in web pages or given in application. Application means website. Okay. And next one is here when we say view here, it is a Python file. Okay, view means Python file, views.py. So it is the Python file. So in views, we can see 2 types here. Function-based views and class-based views is there. So function-based views means views.py contains all functions. So class-based view means views.py contains all the classes here. Okay. And next one is model is there. So model will call it as a data access layer or we'll call it as a data access layer or we'll call it as a repository layer. So it is used to take values from the view and we'll send it to the database, the whatever database we use. It can be SQLite or MySQL or SQL Server or Oracle, anything. Okay. So here model is, it is the Python file, models.py. So in models.py, we'll create a class, and based on the class what we create, then tables creation, all this is done. Okay. So here, while working with the models.py, while working with tables, all these, in Django, we are going to use ORM, Object Relational Mapping. So in Python, in advanced Python, so we'll discuss about database programming, PDBC, Python database connectivity. So in PDBC, in advanced Python, we'll use SQL commands like select, insert, update, delete, create, alter, drop, all will use. So you all know like SQL commands. Okay. So in Django, we are not going to use SQL commands. So we'll not use select, insert, update, delete, create, alter, drop. All these are not used. So here we are going to write Python code. So that Python code is going to create a table, adding records, viewing records, editing records, deleting records. Like all the manipulations we can do here. Okay. So like without SQL commands, like how we are going to do, like you may be having doubt. Okay. So here with the code only, with Python code, table creation, adding records, viewing records, editing records, and giving condition, then all with the Python code only. So here it is a different approach here. Okay, about the basics and all in previous classes I've told, in previous videos. Yeah, you can watch in YouTube, and also you can talk to online team. They will send you the link. You can, when you listen, you'll get clarity. So today I'm just telling you the outlines here. Okay. So Mvt architecture or Mvt design pattern is having 3 layers. Okay, template, view, and model. So template means HTML file. So view means Python file, views.py. Okay. Model means Python file, models.py. So template means presentation layer. So view means business access layer. Model means data access layer. So here we can see 3 layers. But when we develop project in Django, we'll follow entire architecture, not 3 tier. More than 3 layers can be there. So if I'm using DJANGO REST API, one more layer is added. Okay, if I'm using Angular, then one more layer is added for the project. Depends on the requirement. Okay, so here if I use web services, third-party web services means programs only. So for payment gateway or email services or sending SMS or for any other things that are required in the project. So when we are using web services, the number of layers will add. So in a live or real-time projects, so we may use multiple projects. Multiple projects can be used. Okay. So like all these in previous demos, I've told all these very clearly. So you can. So those who will join for this batch, from the beginning, I will send you the videos. You will not miss anything. Okay. So now we'll see the steps here. Here we'll see what is virtual environment. So before that, latest version of DJANGO is djangoproject.com. So latest version of DJANGO is so 4.0.2. This one. So we'll see all the examples in this version only. 4.0.2. And Python latest version is so 3.10.2 is there. So this is the latest version of Python. So I'm using latest versions only. Python latest version, Django latest version. Without Python, Django will not work because Django framework contains Python files or Python modules only. Okay. So if you are already having old version of Python, no issue. You can install a new version of Django and you can continue with Django. New version you can install. So here we are going to create a virtual environment here. Okay. So here we can see physical environment and a virtual environment. Okay. So like with COVID-19, with this pandemic, we know everything is virtual only. Okay. So physical training, physical classrooms, like going to offices, even in high court, in Supreme Court, everything is virtual only. So people will be in their places, then work is being done, like work from home. Okay. So here we'll be knowing like what is virtual, how it will work, all this. So in DJANGO we are going to create virtual environment. Okay. So virtual environment means it is isolated, it is separated from physical locations, like system drives and system folders. Okay. Like here it is separated from C drive, D drive, and even with the system folders it is separated here. So virtual environment means it is isolated, it is separated from physical locations or folders. Okay. So like when I'm giving examples, when we see the examples, from the first example we'll work in virtual environment only. Okay. So like in some other classes, what the faculties will do is all the examples they'll tell in C drive or D drive, like in directly in physical folders, in physical location. Like when it comes to hosting, web hosting, then they will tell about virtual environment. Okay. So from the beginning, we are going to work in virtual environment only. So in virtual environment, advantage is whatever is necessary for the projects, like the examples what we give will install, like DJANGO version, Python packages, then database connectors, Python connectors. Database connectors means packages. So all will install in that virtual environment. Then what will happen is the projects, whatever websites we develop, so they will run successfully. Okay. So here virtual environment means like here they can be in different drives, like C drive, D drive, E drive. Okay. Or they can be in they can be in the same drive, virtual environments, 3 or 4. Or they can be in the same folder, same drive, or they can be in same folder, 3 or 4 virtual environments. Okay. So here when I'm taking Django classes, for every batch, I will use one virtual environment for every batch. So in that I will give examples. Okay. So when we discuss about web hosting, then we are going to use GitHub. We are going to use. So first we'll place our project in GitHub. Okay, DJANGO project. And after this, I'll use pythonanywhere.com. So here I'll use pythonanywhere.com. I'll use here. So this is hosting site. So many hosting sites are there. Many hosting sites which will allow us to deploy the site. Hosting sites are there. Okay. And here, while working with this site here, so this site works with Linux. In my system, Windows 10 Pro is there, Windows 10 Professional. Okay, so you can use Windows 11 also, Windows 11. And in pythonanywhere.com works with Linux server. So in when we are working with Linux server, will not find like drive, C drive, D drive, E drive, all will not be there. So there it is different, commands will be different. So when we discuss about web hosting, first we have to create virtual environment in the internet server, in production server. So there Linux will be there, not Windows. Okay, so there we'll create virtual environment, then we'll install the project, then we'll install the packages, Python packages, database, database connector, everything in virtual environment. Okay, so in internet server, like every project runs in virtual environments with the required softwares. With the required softwares, it is going to work with the required softwares. Okay, like for example, DJANGO websites may be developed by different programmers, different IT companies. So the projects may be developed in different Django versions, different Python versions also. Like when we are hosting, it will ask Django version. It will take install a Django version. It will ask Python version. All these. Okay, so the Django projects developed by different people or different IT companies, if they are installed directly in the server, okay, so the projects may be developed with a different Python version, different Django version, different packages versions, different database, different versions of database, different database connectors, like all these conflict we can see. All these differences we can see here. All these differences will be there. Okay, then in that case, what will happen? Like all installing directly in physical locations means it will create a problem. Okay, so then what we do is for every project, first we have to create virtual environment. In that, the required softwares we are going to install. Then in the server, if 50 projects are running or if 100 projects are running, they will run in virtual environment with the required softwares. Then there is no conflict with the versions. There is no conflict. Okay. So later, if the server change configuration settings are changed, so then it will not affect to the project because it is in a separate location. Like it will run successfully with the required softwares, everything it is done. Okay, so that is the use or advantage with virtual environment. Like even when we are developing websites in IT companies also, same procedure they'll do it. Okay, same thing they will be doing it, because in IT company, when they develop the projects, many projects may be there. Okay, so when they create virtual environment, then they will have clarity, like which version of Python they are using, which version of Django they are using, what packages versions they have installed, which database version we are using, and which database connectors they are using. Like they'll have clarity in that virtual environment. So when the project is moved from development server to production server, then we will not see any complications there. So easily we can deploy it. Easily we can publish that website in internet. Again, like if some other version is running in the server, and if our project is not working, again they are informing to us. Like all these issues will be there. So to overcome all these issues, then creating virtual environment, then putting all the softwares in that project, then it will run successfully. Like that we are going to do it. So now here I will create a virtual environment in E drive. I'll create, or else D drive. So here for DJANGO projects, we'll create folder called source. Okay. So like in IT company servers, like we can see many folders. Okay. Even in our system also many folders may be there. But we should easily identify the DJANGO folders. DJANGO folders. So that we can do with this like with source, when we give name as source, easily we can identify. Like that in IT companies also, they'll follow the same. So we are giving it as a folder name as source. So here command prompt, and here I'm using D drive, CD Python 310 32-bit, then scripts folder. So in my system, Python software is installed in D drive. So this is the Python current working directory. So Python 310 means it can be 3.10.1 or it can be 3.10.2. Okay. So 310 means 3.10, 3.10.1 or 3.10.2. 32 means 32-bit. So Python software is available in 2 bits. 32-bit and 64-bit is there. So I'm using 32-bit Python I'm using. So if you are already using 64-bit Python, you can use it. So my operating system is a Windows 64-bit. Python is 32-bit. If I use Python 32-bit or 64-bit, only the memory difference will be there. Memory difference. Okay. So here in scripts folder, you can see here. So pip and other commands will be there. Pip and other commands. So pip means we'll call it as Python package manager, and it is used to install Python packages. It is in scripts folder. Okay. So this pip we can use from any location, not only coming to this scripts folder. So that will work from any location. So when it will work is when Python path and when scripts folder is given in environment variables in control panel, then it will work from any location. So here sometimes if the command is not working, so you need to know where this exe file is there. I'll show you this. So here I'm typing env. In search I'm typing env. So here edit environment variables of your account. Okay. So here environment variables is in control panel. You can see user variables, path, edit. So here you can see D drive Python 310 32 folder scripts. And here Python 310 32 is there. In this folder also exe files will be there, python.exe and other files. So here while installing Python, if a Python path and Python scripts path is given in environment variables, then they will work from any location. So here python.exe is there. It is in Python 310 32. If Python path is given in environment variables in control panel, so it will work from any location. The commands works from any drive, from any folder it will work. So here I'll say scripts, and here I'll say pip install, then virtual env. So here I'm giving like this, pip install virtual env. So virtual env is a tool. It is a software. It is a tool or it is a software used to install the software. When the software is installed, we can create any number of virtual environments. So here it is giving like this. So virtual environment is installed. So now I'll go to D drive. So here I'll say make directory, then source I'm giving. So make directory is the DOS command, creating folder. So we can create a folder like this also in D drive. Right click, new folder. Like this also you can create. So CD is here creating the directory CD source, entering into the new folder CD source. Okay, and here I'll say virtual env my env. So here I'm in source folder. I'm creating virtual environment. Virtual env my env. My env is the name. You can give any name. See here, if I'm giving some other name for the folder, it will work. If I say source 1 or source 2 or any name, it will work. And here my env is given. So virtual environment is created here. And here you can see this C Python 3.10.2 is there. Like in Python language, many flavors are there. Like C Python, J Python, Iron Python, Ruby Python, all these. Okay. So Python language default implementation is C Python. So it is most widely used implementation of the language. If students are learning Python, if you have already completed Python, it means that you have completed C Python. Okay. So Python language means students will learn Python, trainers also, faculties will teach when they are teaching Python means it is C Python. So it is it will contain C language header files and Python modules will be there. So when I'm explaining, still you may have this doubt. I'll show you. So D drive, Python 310 32-bit, and here I'll use include. I'll give. So in include you can see in this folder C Python. In C Python header files are there, and here also you can see the header files. So when you are downloading the software, when you are using Python, so what you are using? C Python. C Python you are using. Okay. So here to enter into virtual environment, so mynv, then scripts activate. mynv / scripts, then activate. So when I'm in a virtual environment, we'll get like this: mynv virtual environment name. Then path it is giving D drive source. So after entering into virtual environment, we can install the softwares here. So here I'll say pip install DJANGO 4.0.2. Latest version I'm installing. So you can install old version also. You can give the number and you can install.
Sir, one doubt for me. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, that virtual environment we are installed, right? Pip install virtual environment. Like, can
Yeah.
we install it outside the scripts folder also?
Yeah, that command will work only when Python path and the scripts path is given in environment variables. See, in my system, pip will work from any location because in my
Oh,
system, uh, Python path and scripts path is given in environment variables in control panel. But here I'm
okay,
just showing you where it is there, where pip is there. Okay.
okay, okay. Okay, for example, in my system, Python is installed in E drive. Now I want to create environment, virtual environment in D drive. Before do it, we need to add that path in environment variables folder.
No. In your system, Python is there. Huh?
Yeah, Python is there.
Then path also will be there because while installation only it will ask path, scripts path,
Yes,
Python path
yes,
will be
yes,
there. Then you
yes.
can you can execute from any location. People works from any location.
Okay, okay.
Hmm.
Okay, okay,
So
sir. I will try
if
it and I will.
yeah, if it is not
Yeah.
working, then go to scripts folder, then execute.
Okay, okay. Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
And after that, if you can go to D drive, C drive, E drive, there you can create source folder,
Hmm.
and you can create a virtual environment. So like this,
Okay,
what
okay.
I did here. So here I'm
Okay, sir.
using
Got it.
uh, so pip freeze is given. I'm using freeze, pip freeze. So freeze means not locking or blocking the commands, not like that. Freeze means it will show what softwares and packages are installed. Here you can see ASCII, REF, DJANGO version. This package is installed. SQL parts, TZ data packages are installed along with DJANGO. And here in this source, we are going to create a project. We are going to create an application, and then we are going to run that application. Application means website. We are going to run that application in the browser with IP address and port number. Then we have to start the web server here. To open the website in browser, we have to start. So starting the web server, then getting the website in browser, again stopping the server, then exit from the virtual environment. All these are there. Okay. So like today, we don't have time for completing to complete all the commands. So here I've told only half today. And what I'll do is now I'm stopping now. And tomorrow I will start with the commands, like again creating virtual, and I will repeat. Only few commands I've told. But tomorrow, I will start with virtual environment, folder, installation. Then tomorrow I'll tell about creating a project, creating application in the project, running the server, and then IP address, port number, how to uninstall, how to come out from virtual environment. Like all these we are going to see in tomorrow's session. I'll repeat all this. Okay. After that, I will tell how to install Sublime IDE. Then we'll see what are the files created in the project, what are the files created in the application. Application means website. Like what is the use of them. Like all these we are going to discuss. So like the students, for them, like if today is your first class, okay, like tomorrow also please attend. Tomorrow also you attend, you will have clarity, you'll get clarity what I'm explaining. So tomorrow we'll execute all the commands, and then we'll see what files are created in the project, what files are created in the application. Okay, then like once if you practice in your system, then you will get confidence, then you can work with the examples. So if you join for this batch from previous demos videos, this class video, and the notes, whatever you are seeing here, the notes. And after 1-2 days, I will send you UI classes, videos, and notes also. So the students, those have already registered. So today I'm going to send, like within 1-2 hours, I'll send the videos. UI classes, videos, I'll send. After 1-2 days, I'll send. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Students, anything to ask? If you have any doubts, you can ask me. New students, if you want to, so you can join tomorrow. You can join this batch with the same link. Okay. So new students, please attend tomorrow also, and you will get clarity, like what I'm explaining. All these things you will understand. Okay. So I'm stopping now, and tomorrow we'll continue with installation. All these we are going to discuss in tomorrow's class. Okay. See, Linux server, I will tell you in hosting. See, if you are already using a Linux server, you can continue with that. See, Anaconda will not use here. So that is used for data science, no? That is, here we are not going to use that. So here DJANGO related IDs, many are there. And those we are going to use here. So why you have installed this Anaconda? Why you have installed? For Django, don't use that one. Okay. So here you can use PyCharm is there, Sublime is there, Atom is there. Many are there. Sublime will be very good. It is will be very good in real time. Many companies will use Sublime only for Django. Okay, students. Tomorrow we'll continue. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.